Hello and welcome back to our Timberborn Folktails Cliffside playthrough. This is episode, I believe, 26? No, wait. 20, yeah, 26, 25. I can count. Okay, I think it's 25. I'll double check, and whatever number you see on the thumbnail and the description will be what episode it is. Last time we expanded our tree farm, and unfortunately, I think that is going to be part of the focus today. We do need more tree farms, but I think we got the system down a little bit better, so it should go smoother. Without further ado, let's get started. All right, so I do think I want to make, um, see if I can talk. That's questionable still. Um, I want to make some. Oh, I did download the Mower Tunnels mod from specifically for my Iron Teeth playthrough with what I'm planning. It'll make it a lot easier, but I figured I'd keep it on here too. I don't think it added too much for us to unlock. Just platform tunnels and power shafts type of deal. And paths, and there was one other in there. Power shaft and vertical power shaft. Don't know why they're in separate locations, but regardless, we got them. But now we don't have 100k science. That's a problem. Not really, but I'm making it a problem. So we're going to build an observatory and get back up to 100k extra science. Because I want to. I also want to add some zip lines on this side of it. And actually, that's probably not a great place. These probably can't connect because of steepness. Yep, too steep. Okay. What if we went with a zip line here and a zip line pylon here that connect both of these? I think we're going to do that. That connection to here and add connection. Actually, it's going to be two zipline pylons. Because then we can add a connection. Oh, that's too many connections. Duh. Okay, so this isn't rocket science here. Line obstructed. Okay, this is rocket science. So this one has an extra. What we need basically is more zip line. Basically, a zip line right where this is at would be good. Because it'll be close to these other ones and it can be another connection point then. Um, like just moving between these is really fast. So, and moving between these would be fast. So, I am going to want to empty that, and to facilitate that, let's get some more, another large tank going. Okay, so empty that. Prioritize by haulers. And for now, let's just reconnect this. So we'll have a way to get up there. It'll be fine. I guess we could go from this one to one of those pylons. Like it could be, say, this is probably the one of the easier ways to do it. Like I could add there and then there. It's ugly, kind of, but it works. Yeah. It might even make more sense to change the order that goes in. Like, maybe we don't connect there and we connect here. That looks a little better, I think. Yeah, that'll work just fine. I do think we're going to put in, on this next level, we'll put in the irrigation pond. So let's get this going. This will take a minute. Make sure those are at the appropriate level. They are, in fact, at the appropriate level. Something here isn't, though. And it was just that one. Which really isn't that big of a deal at all. Okay. That's not the right level again. I don't know why I keep messing that up, but I do. So it's at this level. Okay. No. What little leg there made it hard to grasp that. Am I down again? Holy, I'm just failing. Let's help me by going down so that the top layer I can put down is the appropriate height here. Because apparently I can't do it otherwise. Not well, anyway. After we get one side done like this, then it's a little easier to do the rest without running into issues. Issues with the arrows dictating where it goes and waiting for something to be built that needs support from the other thing before it can. Which, of course, does not work well at all. So we basically want this one right here. This one we can turn this direction and have some more stuff done. This side can go here. Hey, now we're looking good. Now we can turn onto this other side and go like that and have no problems, I think. I think they should be able to build all of that. And we just have to wait for a few more of the blocks to actually be finished. Not a big deal. We should put a forester over here before we get too invested. I think the forester going right here would be a good place. Let's go ahead and delete some more of this. No, that doesn't quite work. It looks like there is an opening right here for it, and that's pretty close to the zip line. So I feel like we can justify that being the forester. And then all we'd have to do is connect those, and then that has some decent spots for lumberjacks. Something like that. Okay. Now let's continue working on this other stuff. That should be fine. That for sure is fine. So I'm not talking a whole lot. It's just basically laying down terrain tiles. Not the most exciting thing in the world, so I do apologize. But it does need to be done for our tree farm and for our other goals. The tree farm is needed for our other goals. That's how I should say it. Okay, we can't put any right there, it would appear. That's fine. How's dirt looking? We're actually getting really low on dirt, aren't we? I guess that's to be expected. We are using a lot of terrain tiles, a lot of dirt. To help with that issue, let's see. Where do we have access to power pretty easily? Well, what? It doesn't like it overhanging everything else? I guess it can't overhang like trees and stuff. So actually, that's a viable spot for that. And then we could test out our new tunnels with vertical power shafts. And then just I think after that's built, we can just put a normal power shaft right there. I guess there's a path there right now, but we don't need the path. Let's select that. So yeah, the entrance to this is right there, so we don't need the path there at all. They're waiting for the one above it. Let's see if they can build that one now. I think they should be able to, right? Or does tunnels require it to be from the side? Nope. It gets kind of wonky because they can't build through terrain tiles. So once they explode this, it's... Whoa! Oh. That makes sense. What was that building? Hmm. Hmm. Um, this should fix that, I think. Maybe not. Why? Okay, because you're not supported by a dirt. Okay, so maybe that plan, at least right there, was not a good plan. Yeah, it's actually a terrible plan now that I'm looking at it. I just wanted to try out the new tunnels. I just didn't realize the issue it would cause there. So this does need to be a dirt. Once that's built, it allows more dirt to be built. So it'll be fine. What we really need right there, actually need, is something much simpler than that. Let's, okay. And that is just vertical power shafts running right there. That's all. And then we just need, like, since we are playing with ladders this run, just a ladder right there. Just like that. In fact, we might not even, this might probably isn't even needed to be a vertical power shaft there. It could just be a platform since we need to connect to there. So, platform, one vertical power shaft, and then normal power shafts. Wait a minute, that doesn't need to be up there? I guess we just needed to get above the road. Honestly, it could have been platforms for the entrance. That's what it could have been. But that'll work too. And then we'll have more. Building is flooded. Why is building flooded? Building should not be flooded. Okay, building's not flooded. We'll set this to bots right away. What? No power. Oh, that was how we were getting power over there too? Oh, that's not cool, man. I think it was just another printing press, wasn't it? Making books. Right there. Somehow that one's still connected to power. Interesting. Or does that one not need power? Do refineries not need power? Refineries don't need power, but they can transmit it. Interesting. I didn't know that they did not require power. Oh, yes. We would like you to be books, please. All right. Well, while we were messing around with that issue, we have completed most of this. Which is pretty cool. Something like that. And then we'll just make our... Well, our pillars are tall enough for the time being. We know where they need to be. And we'll make our irrigation platform. So, irrigation pond, that is what I mean. But also, we're going to need to figure out where the zip line is going to be on this side. I don't know if this makes sense at all. Okay, but instead of going... Oh, actually, I did want that to continue. So instead of that one, can this one go there? Then that one go there and there? Yes, it can. Victory. And and we already have a zip line on this level here. Cool. We might not have even needed to delete that. Huh. Now, will that excavator cause any problems? No, not really. We'll just make this part deeper. It's pretty close to the bottom of the map, so it probably won't even make it much deeper at all. Okay, so irrigation pond. We want the least amount of roads possible for it, but we want it in the center. So I think it's going to be... We don't need corners, but we want a 3x3 pond. With a ladder and a fluid dump. Also have another platform and then put a forester up here. And the forester will be able to reach this whole area. And we can even throw in a lumberjack up there. So really, in that case, we wouldn't even need this zip line so much. I'll hold your horses, Beaver. I know there's nothing for you to do. But now with that, that should irrigate everything below it. Oh, very close. Wonder if that gets higher, if this corner will be irrigated. It kind of looks like it won't. I think that is about as central as we can get it. So I guess there's just a little bit on our corners of our tree farm that are not usable space at the moment. All in all, not too bad. Let's get those oaks planted. Oh, accidentally right-clicked in there. I don't even know if we need the double forester, to be honest. Probably not. Oh, we actually got a little bit beyond this. Yes, that's more tree space, but I want it to look nice and square. I want a nice edge right there. Why did... That was another bit of frame lag from we're getting the game a little overloaded. Then as I'm trying to move my camera, that just really messes up some stuff. Regardless, we got the trees coming in. We got the trees. I think those trees are too high, though. That's why they weren't marked. Yep. Those are on the pillars. We do not want trees on the pillars. So not there, not there. All right. And then let's make sure we mark it all for cutting. And the layer below it. Why don't we have terrain blocks right there yet? Easy problem to solve. There's also a few things that need to be built over here. It would appear. Just a few more trees over there. All right, that might be enough trees for now. We have, is this forester down here helping up there? It is. It's kind of funny. But yeah, we can definitely actually keep that as a beaver for now. We don't have more beaver bots. That's probably because of our wood issues for a while there. I think our bots will stabilize at a higher number here. We just need our wood to stabilize first. Our logs and planks. And after these start coming in, that should be pretty stable. Okay, these were going to be maples. We were having issues with having enough maples. Yes. That one I'm pretty sure was just going to be a pine. We're also, nope, pine. But I was going to unmark it for, not for planting, for cutting. There. I want those all to be pines. So we also had a little issue with pine resin. And thus treated planks, which would then affect scrap and then affect metal blocks. All right, so if we want to go higher, we can. I think that's enough just looking at me expanding the tree farm, though, for however many episodes in a row. I think we're going to try to actually get something else done. Hopefully you guys are interested in that prospect. Let's figure out where we're going to have our supports. So we need to support the dirt above this. Do we want to hollow out this section too while we're at it? Why not? Let's try a platform, tunnel, and a path. Let's give that a test run there. And then we'll try just a normal tunnel here. Makes sense. We do need a path to actually go to that other one. Something like that. Okay. So I don't think there's going to be a way to prevent some caving in above it while we're building the platforms that are eventually going to support it. So it's just going to be inevitable. I think. So I think here we're just going to have a 3x3 metal platform on this one. And that should be directly below supporting that dirt. Which means below it, we just need platforms going all the way down. So we're going to... Okay, I guess we can't actually build that yet. But this is where the platforms are going to be. So let's dynamite that down to the bottom. And then we can put like triple platforms. Let's see. So that'll support 3 here, and then the dirt that's above it can go 3 out. So we're probably looking, I think right around here would be a good place for a 5x5. Because that will go out like that. And then the dirt around it can support 3. Now let's see. So 1, 2, 3. That's all going to be supported. And that's all going to be supported here. Yep, that's actually where we need that one. So let's start blowing down there. And then we're going to want these, I believe, 8 spaces apart minimum. Maximum. Okay, so 1, 2. Let's actually use the path thing to count. So that would put the next one right here. Where was that dynamite going to be? Right there, okay? So if we had that metal platform right there, can't even visualize it with that right there at the moment. Let's blow that up. Okay, and then the other one will be right there. So 1, 2, 3. Yep, that'll be plenty of space. They could actually probably be further apart. But I think that spacing looks all right, actually. I'd rather have them too close than too far. Yeah, I think we're going to go with that spacing for this project. See how that goes. So we'll do it again. 8. And it's actually right here. Now we're going to place it. And by it, I mean the dynamite. 8. That's the place. Dynamite. Dynamite. And this is then going to be the place. You can use that X to help me find it. It was right there. The X, it's right here. Now I'm a little worried about this section, if it'll be still supported properly. So metal platform here. Gotta remember the edge will support too, so the other one's gonna be right there. Wait, is this still the right distance? That doesn't look quite right. It is, okay. No, it is. It is 1, 2. No, it's not. It's right. Okay, anyway. So 1, 2, 3. The platform's gonna go out right here. Right here, sorry. I think 1, 2. No, right here. It's gonna go out to right there. So then 3 from that. 1, 2, 3. That square, and then it's gonna go over to here. And then that should be able to reach the side. Okay, so we're good there. Sorry if that didn't make much sense. We will not be good over to this wall, though. Very close, though. Actually, if we just leave... If we put one more support in the middle between them, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's right on this line. If we put like another one, say here, I think that will be enough. This should work over there, and this can just be a 3. I think that will be enough support for our tunnel, our cave. I'm hoping I'm visualizing this right. I'm kind of winging it, guys. So bear with me, I guess. I've never built a cave. Never hollowed out a mountain in this game. But we're going to make it work. Or try our best anyway. So we're just blowing down to the bottom of the map right now. And then we're going to put platforms until we reach back up to this height. I don't know how much further the bottom is, but we'll find out once we get there. That's that the bottom. Bottom. Not bottom. Not bottom. Not bottom. Not bottom. Not bottom. Not bottom. I think after we blow up all of those, we should be at the bottom. Let's just try. Can't. Oh, I've exploded. Okay, bottom. All right, now we work on building platforms up here. Oh, that's one too many, it looks like. So we need that to be a double platform on top. Okay, so actually if we put a double platform on the bottom, then we can do triples from there. And with that knowledge, I actually don't want this to be organized how it is. Let's do a be consistent double platform on the bottom there. And then 3 triples. Okay. And then this can be that. And this, we need to delete the platforms underneath this, and that might cause some things to collapse on us. We're going to try it though. Let's look above. We're still supported. Okay. Good. We're doing these one at a time. I'm not going to put the next one down until that one is complete, because that will help support the dirt near the next one. Support the terrain. This has to go very one at a time. Okay, that is complete. So all around that, that's the 3 by 3, and that's the 5 by 5. Metal platform. This one far out here by itself, we could actually probably do now, because it's close to a wall. And it's only going to be a 3 by 3. This one can probably be done by itself too. Also because it's close to an existing wall. Same with, well, I don't know about that one. Actually, I'm worried about the things in between without this. So we'll wait. Okay, this is done though. So we can move on to this one. Oh, it looks like we got rid of some of the paths that we needed to build some of these others. So that's why this wasn't building. Now that problem is solved. Logs and planks seem to be recovering. Not out anyway, so that's a good sign. Catalyst we are out of, however, and that's because we have no maple syrup. Makes me wonder if one of these layers might need to have some maple trees on it. It's possible. Definitely possible. Some unemployed beaver bots, though. Oh no, guys! I forgot to watch the science. We went above the 100K. Oh, at least we have at least 100K. I would have really liked to stop it at 100K. I got too distracted, and I don't think there's anything for us to unlock. Do I need to download another mod that has extra buildings just to spend that science? Possibly. That would be ridiculous, though. Oh well. We'll see. Oh, these can be bots. Yeah. Yeah, get to work, you lazy bots. We are keeping up with the scrap now, finally, so that's good to see. We've caught all the way back up with our dirt. Nothing has collapsed up here. That's kind of cool. All right, so I think the next one to be built is this one right here. There's our 3x3. There's our 5x5. Okay. 3x3, 5x5. Yes, I realize these are probably closer than needed, but I would rather have more support than needed than not enough. I just had a crazy idea. What if on the outside here, I built up a platform high enough from the ground and then made an overhang so that we don't even have these platforms on the ground? That would be a better, truly cave system. Um, ooh, I might have to do that, but it's gonna be troublesome. Yeah, yeah, I think I like the idea of that. That gives a more of a cave feeling. So we're gonna delete this. We're gonna re-put in just a few of these wooden platforms to make sure that doesn't collapse. I don't think it will, but I want to be certain. And then we're going to figure out how to effectively get plat overhangs to those locations. Just modifying the plan to be even a little more ridiculous partway through. All right, so what we're going to want to do actually, for instance, is blow down to the bottom in this spot instead. Then also this spot. this spot right here. Right there. Then we have a choice. I think over here will be good. For this one's gonna be the problem child. I think 1, 2. So 1, 2. I got it. So it's gonna be one. Needs to be one longer than this. So right there is where the support needs to be. So that one's gonna be jutting out a little bit. And this one's just gonna come from this side. This one will be right here. All right, with those places, if we build platforms down here and then an overhang, we can then have this last. We could have the tip of the overhang have our metal platforms on them. Oh, we don't want these. Okay. Yeah, I think just one more. Yep, that's it. Yeah, and if we want this, so it needs to be instead 3 triple platforms and then a single platform is how we can do it. 1, 2, 3, and then a single, and then it'll be the overhang. 1, 2, 3, single. 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 That's it. Just let them build that. And then we need to delete the platforms connecting our spot with it, if that makes sense. They need to be out of the way. Okay, and then we need to do just a single row of dynamite here to connect where our overhang will be. Actually, these platforms that we had built our metal platforms on are now unneeded. You know, if we went down to the bottom and then just deleted it, it would delete all of them above. That would be the smart way to do it. Oh no, I think I'm deleting some that I just built. Oops. Yeah. So I deleted some of the triple singles. Triple single. Triple single. Triple single. All right, and then we can put down the dynamite there. And it's just going to be a matter of doing that. And then over here, figuring out how long. I think this is a 5. Yep. This one's a 4. This one's a 6. This one's a 4. And this one's a 5. Okay, and then we can delete these platforms again. Do a triple platform there. Remember, it's going to be centered on the edge. Think it's coming together pretty nicely. Oh, we're missing some. We didn't delete some patterns. Some platforms there. All right. Now I gotta decide if I want. I think I'm gonna go down 2 layers, and then I might build scaffolding to help dynamite the rest of the layers. But the moment of truth is I'm going to first delete all of these wooden platforms. All the metal ones are in place. So if I did this right, no terrain tiles should be destroyed when I destroy all these wooden. I did not do this right because I'm seeing some logs and I'm seeing, I think I know the issue. The issue is in the center. Part of it that's supporting it is not dirt. It is these levees. Those levees need to be terrain for this system to work. So, we can make a little bit of a mess real quick, lose some irrigation, and then fix it. So pause the fluid dump. And yeah, those need to go bye-bye. We're going to lose some stuff. And we need these to be absolute top priority here. I think we can unpause that. And then this needs to be the farmhouse. Then I think if we delete this whole middle section, it won't all collapse like that. Excellent. We got to be really careful with deleting some of these, that we don't accidentally delete the metal platforms. We kind of get a warning if there's anything other than planks that are being recovered. We know we're deleting something other than these wooden platforms. Oh, okay, we deleted something above us. What was it? It was platforms that I used to connect that. So people on the carousel and in the mud baths got kind of stranded. But if we replace the dirt there, the stranded issue should be resolved. How many got stranded? 8. 8 people were partaking in mud baths and carousels. And right there needs to be a platform or a stairs because the carousel entrance is up above. So I think if we do that, then those last 2 shall be free. Come on. I know I got bots that are in the builder's hut that can make this. Okay, good. So that problem's fixed. Okay, if we delete this one, we have some issues. It looks like those issues are that is a those are some platforms that are supporting a zip line. So we can go ahead and delete that. Just we need to replace it with terrain tiles there. And then rebuild that zip line. Like so. Now we need to figure out where the zip line was connecting. We should have looked at that before we demolished it, I guess. I think it was over there. And then over here. Yep. It's definitely what it was. One more piece of dirt. Okay. So far, our issues have been that there were platforms outside. platforms inside the mountain that were supporting stuff. Not that my support system wasn't working. Okay, we're still deleting logs here somewhere, somehow. So there's a problem up above this section. If I delete that one, there's a problem. Let's just see what the problem is. Okay, that levee did not have dirt below it. Okay. Well, it did. Okay, if we do that, then it's supported. We did flood below here, but that's okay. Okay. Felt like something above might have fell there. Okay, we are having some issues. But the issues, we went down so low to get away from the irrigation pond. So the issues are with the layer below that. So there's just going to be a few empty holes in the ceiling, but everything's still supported up here. I'm okay with that. All right, all of the tunnel platforms are gone, and we still have this whole mountain with nothing collapsed. That is success right there. Now we just have to blow it down to the bottom. And that'll be that will stay supported. And we have our cave. Excellent. I'm very happy about that. Very, very happy. How's our tree farm doing? Excellent. We're hurting on logs again. But not on planks, because we got a lot of planks in here that we can grab. Oh, I do see a small issue. We can see inside the mountain. We didn't want that. We did not want that. And it's because some of these platforms are actually supporting that zip line. So we're going to lose a little bit of space in here, just to guarantee that we can't see inside it. There. And so I double check that we don't have any more of those type of issues. I don't think we will. Looks good to me. All right. We are over an hour, so we're going to wrap this up. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm glad it wasn't just another episode of expanding our tree farm, because although good to know that it's possible, it doesn't make the most exciting content. I know that. It just was necessary. We needed tree farm capabilities. We needed more wood. And I think we might even need more wood than this in the end. But right now, I think we're doing, whoa, okay. And I'm glad we got all the supports figured out for our underground. Whoa. I thought I was zooming back layers. I was changing the work day. You know what? These beavers don't need to work more than 12 hours anyway. 13. Bots are doing most of the work anyway. Okay, there's still 74 beavers working, I guess. So not most of the work. Well, most of the work, yes, but not all of it. Let's see. Where can we have beavers replaced with bots? There. There. Are any of you still... Oh, you're all bots. As it should be. Oh, the district center isn't bots. Workers allowed in new buildings, bots. And just bots in the district center itself. We have 4 more bots that are looking for work. Now we only have 1 bot that's looking for work. And he's going to take over this lumberjack job. Oh, right as I did that, a bot broke down. Oh well, we'll make new ones. It'll be fine. Biofuels holding steady. Catalyst, we don't have enough, and that's because we don't have enough maple syrup. Paper's holding steady. Punch cards are holding steady. All right. All in all, great progress today. And I will, if you watch this whole video, thank you so much. Leave a like, leave a comment. Love hearing from you guys. Subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you next time.